Hello, 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 everyone. I just realized I forgot to plug in the mic. Oh my god. Oh, awesome start to this live. Hello, everyone. I was reading already all the comments, everyone saying hi to everyone. How cool is that? Your chit chat. Fanny, your chit chat makes me happy. Hello, 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 everyone. I was here reading the whole time, so. Hey, Kathleen. Talking about scratching the doggies behind their ears and stuff. That was so funny. So, can you hear me all right? Because, like I said, I just realized that I forgot to plug in the mic. Yeah, no scarf. It's 11 degrees outside, so it's a bit hotter in here. So, yeah. My patrons know that I can suffer from the cold in here because I have all the heaters running and then they make lots of noise in the background, but I could turn them off now. Driving home for work. Linda, please be careful. Well. How are things on your side of this little planet of ours? How are you all doing? Tell me. Tell me everything. Hello, Jenny. So there were already a lot of names up there. That's why I didn't start by reading names today. Usually I go like, hello, so and so and so. But there were already like 20 names on there. So, oh, Sabine, that makes me happy. It's actually Sabina. Saw some beautiful spreads this week. Tell me about it. I mean, I'll talk about it in the shout outs, but wow. You're doing peachy. Okay, Gabriel, what is that supposed to mean? Because you know what the peachy emoji stands for, right? I don't think that that's what you mean. Like, what? Hello, Sophia. Oh, Sophia, I cried last week. I watched the last episode. I finally watched the last ever Big Bang Theory episode. And I cried. I don't want it to be over. I'm gonna miss them. Well, I already started again from season one. I'm already back on season three, but I'm gonna miss them so much. No, Gabriel, that's not what you meant. Doing great. Okay. Hello, New Jersey. Wow. Oh, well, Linda, I cried. I seriously cried. Oh. Okay, let's talk about something else. Did you like the one with Mark Hamill? Which one was that? I probably, I've probably seen it, but which one was that? Who's Mark Hamill? I should probably know that name, right? Yeah, Sophia, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. Let's talk about happy stuff here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the A Layer a Day Challenge. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I already want to start saying what I have. I'm like, wait, not yet, not yet. Oh, Star Trek's Luke. Wait, have I seen? I must have seen it. I do recall something very vaguely. I think I should watch it again. Mm. Oh, well done, you, Kathy. Well done. Hello, Vix Twix. Okay, let's get to it. Um, Hello, my lovely butterflies. Welcome to this A Layer a Day challenge. Before we dive into things, I'm getting all serious here. You know what time it is. I have to give a couple of shout outs. And when I was preparing for this section, I was like, I cannot pick. I cannot pick. And I told myself, why do I have to pick? So I have a couple of names for you. Please grab a cuppa, sit back, because this is going to be a little bit, not that long, but a little bit longer than usual. The first shout out goes to my neighbor, Fanny. I know you're out there. Fanny Hendricks. So she shared her spread this week, which already was an amazing spread. And then she explained the meaning to it. And she also added to that, I feel safe to share that in this group. And the spread added to that, the meaning of that spread, added to that, the trust. I cried. Again, okay, it's going to sound like I cried a lot this week, but I cried because it was so touching. So, Fanny, I wanted to acknowledge you and I wanted to thank you for that trust, for that beautiful spread, and for what it is you do, which I'm not going to say here, but you know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Wow. You are one amazing lady. The second shout out goes to two ladies, actually. It goes to Elvira and to Martha, because their spreads, before reading whatever is next to the spread, of course, I'll look at the spread and say, and it grabbed me by the throat. Like, those spreads were so, they're beautiful, they're intense, they're extremely meaningful, and it does something to me. When I see that the prompt that I give you leads to that, it's not that I'm like, look what I did. I'm like, look at where they're going. Speechless. Wow. So, to you two, Sabina and Martha, thank you for those amazing spreads this week. The last shout out is a bit of a special one. I have been asking her to do this for a very long time, and it took me a while to convince her. And this week she finally did. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Kathleen, our loyal, always present Kathleen within the group, has shared her first video on her brand new YouTube channel. She shared her A Layer a Day spread coming together this week. If you haven't seen it yet, wait till this is over and then go and watch it, because it's out of this world. I've known Achize, an amazingly talented lady, for such a long time. But it took a moment to convince her of that and to build up some trust to dare share it with you all. So please go check out her video. I'll post a link to her video in the description of this video as soon as this is done. That's for the shout outs, which was a bit longer than usual, but these ladies, let's get to it. We are on week 49 of this A Layer a Day challenge, which is running from December 7th today until December 14th, next Saturday. And in case you didn't notice, this is the last month of this year. We are already at the end of 2019. And I read something that made me laugh so hard. In case you didn't notice, because I hadn't noticed, we are on the last week of this decade. No pressure. I thought that to be so funny. We are on the last month of this decade. We have to make it count, right? So this challenge, you can take it two ways. The title of this challenge is, of course, we're going to start to look back now, right? I mean, we're in December. I mean, we have to look back now. That's the period of the year. That's a thing we do this time of the year, right? The title of this challenge is, Where Did the Time Go? Can someone please tell me where the time did go? as I said, you can take this challenge in two ways. You can either have a look back at 2019 and wonder where this year went, or you can have a look at the whole decade. 2010, 2019, where did the time go? I invite you to have a look at where you were standing at the beginning of that period, whatever that period is for you, whether it is last year or the last decade, where you were at the beginning of that period and where you are now. With all the ups and all the downs, that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at that evolution, because that is where our time went. When we have a look at that, we know where our time went. And that is what I want to have a little look at with you. I was thinking that after last week's challenge, because apparently last week's challenge it wasn't as much of a heavy challenge as some other challenges that we've had the past months. But nonetheless, it was a bit of a confrontation to stand in front of that mirror. So let's take a step back. Let's ease up a little bit. Let's have a little bit of observation here. Again, you know that I like to start the month that way. That is what we're going to do here. We're going to take a step back and look where our time went, whether it's last year or last decade. That is all up to you. So we're just going to go with that timeline and see what change and evolution we've been through. And I think that for all of us, that evolution, that change is big and huge. So let's see where our time went. For the newbies out there, you're going to say, how am I supposed to journal about this? Yes, because it's a challenge. How am I supposed to journal about this? Well, that's the thing about this challenge. It's not about the pretty spread. It's not about filling up journals. It's about feeling the feels, letting all those feels in, and putting that on paper. That takes time. You don't do that on one day. It takes a bit of time. That's why we take a week to do so. I always say follow that first idea, because that first idea comes from those feels. Go with that. And if at this point you're still like, okay, but what is that first idea? Well, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of butterflies in the A Layer a Day challenge group that will help you get through the week. So just join the group. Don't forget to apply to the questions to get in and pick up some inspiration there. There's so much support in that group. It's like, it's amazing. That's it. That's all I have for the challenge this week. That's not all I have for you, but that's all I have for the challenge this week. So first, let's see if we have some questions about the challenge. Kathy, that is exactly it. Oh my God, thank you. So Kathy says, reading meaning behind spreads is really making us close. Kathy, thank you. Thank you for seeing the deeper meaning of this challenge. This is not just about filling journals with whatever. It is feeding the soul, and we're watching each other feeding our souls and grow from there. And that is what... wow. Okay. Yes. Could we just not go into how much more Botox we need? We need to take at the beginning of the year and at the end. Okay, Gabrielle. Forget about all the plastic surgery we had last decade. Just forget about those. Just leave those out. Leave all the Botox out. Okay, that was funny. Or about weight, Gabrielle. Yeah, that too. Let's not think about that. My time went to sleeping, Jenny says, hoping this year I'll spend it better. Jenny, if that's what you spent your year on, that's what you needed. So, bless you. Seriously. Everyone is talking about Kathleen's video. That makes me happy, because it is a confirmation for her that she needs to keep this going. Don't stop at one, Kathleen. Hey, Celia. Okay. You're going to need it because this year has been long. Jane, it's one spread. We're just doing one spread. It's one layer a day here, okay? Just keep it to that. A Midori for next year. Okay. Well, talking about Midori, I don't know if you know, seriously, I don't know if you know this. So, in case you didn't know what they look like, I prepped them for you today. Here are the two versions of the A Layer a Day Challenge Journal. This one, this size, this here, is exactly what you need to fill 1 year. This is, if you count the front and the back with it, it's like 56 pages. We only have 50 challenges, which means 54 pages, which means you have more than enough for the 50 challenges of 2019. And you're going to say, why is yours only half filled? Because, well, stupid me had pages left over in this one, which were smaller, which I worked in 2018. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to start 2019 already in there. And then, of course, I ran out of pages and I had to start a new one. But in case you didn't know how this journal works, if you like Midori, just look at this. Does it remind you of something? Because you can take it out of the cover and then you can just work in this. And if this is not enough, you can redo the binding, add a bit more, and then it can still go into your little cover. You close it up, and there you go. Isn't that just like, I'm sorry, I'm I'm in love with my own journals. I'm sorry. We have a thing together. Gabriel, if junk journals are your thing, go with junk journals. The only reason I don't use them is because when you work in a junk journal, there's already stuff in there. When I start an art journaling spread, especially with prompts like we have here on the A Layer a Day Challenge, I want a blank page. I don't want to be influenced by what's already in there. If I have like a calm and soothing challenge and I have a spread with all kind of stuff everywhere and I need to get in a calm and relaxed space to go to those emotions that we're talking about, those pages are going to bother me, or you're going to have to flip pages and work on the pages that do work for that challenge, and then your spreads won't be in the right order anymore. But that's all up to you. If that is how you want to do it, by all means. As long as you're journaling and you're happy with it, I'm happy with it. That's all it is. Now, the biggest problem is going to be which cover am I going to use for next year? I think that next year I'm going to go for this one again. So this is 2018, start of 2019. This is 2019, and I think I'm going to redo a turquoise one. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's gonna be a turquoise one. So these are still up on the web shop. If you want to have yours on time for 2020, now's the time to order them. Otherwise, you won't have it on time. I just can't, I'm sorry, I cannot get over the fact, I might be honking my own horn here, but so be it. I cannot get over the fact that this is a full year of journaling for the A Layer a Day Challenge. There you go. I said it. Another thing that I wanted to say, this weekend is the last weekend to subscribe to the first 3 months of the A Layer a Day sticker sheets. So if you want to include those in your A Layer a Day practice, now this weekend is your last weekend to sign up. And the only reason for that is that otherwise I will not be able to get them to you on time for our first challenge of January. And in case you're wondering, are those challenges all set yet? Well, I'm going to give you just a glimpse. Just like, wait. Let me do it this way. Let me take all of this out of my bullet journal because those are all going to fall out if I lift it up. You ready? This is going to be very quick. Don't even try to pause your video here. There you go. Challenges 2020. They're all in there. So if you want to include the A Layer a Day sticker sheets in your A Layer a Day journaling practice, this weekend is the last weekend to sign up. After that, I'm going to close the first 3 months subscription, and then it will reopen later on when it's time to order for the next trimester. Is that how you say it? Semester in English, I think. Okay, let's catch up on the comments. Leopard, you want a leopard cover? Doesn't this look leopard enough? I know it doesn't look leopard, but it's brownish, so... Hello, Susan. Welcome. Oh, Kathy, trust me, a lot of people are on that same boat of counting on the group for social interaction and for social interaction from people that are on the same boat, if that makes sense. So, well, Ivana, I have 3 sizes. Well, the other ones are over there. I have, so this is the A Layer a Day. This is B5. Is this called B5 or B? I don't remember what this. I think it's a B5 or B6. B6. Then I have this size. That size is my A Layer a Day challenge. This way you can see the difference. And then I have the big A4 journal. I've done a couple of videos on that. Where do you sign up? Want to continue my subscription? It's all on the web shop, Sophia. If you go to the I'll put the link in the description of this video, and I'll put it back up on the Patreon group so that you don't have to look for it. Oh, Gabriel, right back at you. Seriously. And then I had one thing that I wrote it down to say it today, and then I thought, no, it's too soon. And then I thought, I can say whatever I want. This is my video, and if I want to say it, I just say it. So we're getting close to the end of the second year of the A Layer a Day challenge. First of all, I cannot believe that this challenge has already been running for 2 years. I know this is too early because we still have 2 challenges coming, 1 challenge coming, 2 challenges. How many do we have left after this one? We have 2 left after this one. And maybe I should wait until we're at the end, but I have to say it now. Please indulge me. I cannot believe that so many of you have been on this for 2 years. It does mean the world to me. When I started this challenge, I wanted to do something that was realistic, with a realistic and doable goal of 5 minutes a day. And if you had to skip a day, well, next day you would do 7 minutes or 8 minutes or maybe 10 minutes. And at the end of the week, you would still have a full finished spread. That was, when I started with this, that was my main goal. That was like, I want to get people to journal on a regular basis, even if it's not really on a daily basis, at least on a very regular basis. And I want it to be something that they can keep on going. And the fact that we're at the end of the second year and that so many of you are still participating with such regularity, please know that thank you. Well, not only thank you for me, but thank you for yourself. Thank yourself for doing it, because at the end you're doing this for you, but without you, I wouldn't be here sitting and talking to you. So thank you. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Yeah, it's already been 2 years. Huh? Who would have thought when I started it? Back in the days. Well, Fanny, as I said, this challenge, it's art journaling. That's the only thing we do. But for me, art journaling is soul food, serious soul food. It's not just, hey, here's the word of the day, do something with it. That's not what art journaling is about. But hey, if people want to art journal that way, there are groups enough that do it that way. So why? Okay, Gabriel, it doesn't offend me. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to journal in my style? And I'm gonna answer to your question when you've replied to mine. Why would you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to journal in my style? I would like to know. Jane, you're mostly welcome. Thank you for being part of it. So Jane is saying, thank you for having the vision to start this amazingly fantastic group. Well, thank you for being part of it and making this group what it is. Because without you butterflies, I would be fluttering on my own. Well, Kathy says, I don't care how long it takes to do my idea. I'm very happy that you're giving it all. Unfortunately, for some people, that is not an option. And then they just give up on art channeling. And I wanted to give them something that they could keep up and that they could keep going. So, but if you want to do a page a day, by all means, be my guest. But don't give up on the layer a day challenge, please. It is difficult to find your own voice. I can tell you why. So Gabriel is saying, because our styles are so different, I would love to learn your technical aspects, my feelings and retrospective, but the way you do things, learning great skills. By all means, Gabriel, go ahead. Seriously, go ahead. I think that the way we tell our stories on paper reflects how we are on the inside, how we are feeling on the inside, how we function on the inside, who we are and what our story is. So trying to force it into another voice might influence what it is you have to say. But if you feel confident enough to say what it is you have to say and sing it in my tune, by all means, go ahead. Give it a try. Why not? It is very hard to find our own voice. Okay, I always say that journaling is like being a writer. When you write, you need to know grammar and you need to know vocabulary. So your grammar are your techniques. It's how products will interact, how you should be doing things. And your vocabulary is how you want to construct your sentences, how you want things to flow consecutively on the paper. It takes time to build that up. I mean, you don't become a writer from one day to the next. And I know what I'm talking about. So yes, it does take time to juggle with all of those things. And when you start with art channeling, it's the exact same thing. You need to build up your grammar and you need to build up your vocabulary. Now, when you start to write, when you start to learn to write, you start by copying. So if you're just starting with art channeling and you haven't found your own thing yet, just start with copying and your own voice will come. Over time, at some point you will be like, oh, at this point she would add splatters, let's add the splatters. And there will be something in your head that will say, I don't want to add the splatters. That's not me. I want to add scratch marks, like repetitive scratch marks. Because that might be you, which is not me. I love D.D. Catron's work. If you don't know her, please do look her up. I love what she does. I think it's so intriguing and always so deep and so intense. I just love her art journaling style. But it's her journaling style. It's like she likes mark making, which I totally admire, but it's her thing. So my thing is splatters, and sometimes they're black and sometimes they're pink. And my patrons know why. Okay, let's catch up on the comments. I'd love to. Your spreads are fantastic. Thank you, Gabriel. It comes with a lot of practice because I do journal a lot. Hello, my lamp thinks it's Christmas already. You're a bit too early. And in the end, Sabine is saying it will end up your own style. I think this is just a matter of development. That is exactly what I just said. Yuming is saying, this week I almost did not publish my page as it looked too much France. Wait, ooh. But after all, I learned watching you. And that's okay. That is totally okay. I just want you to be okay with that. Okay, lots of comments here. Wait, let me read. Yes, they're confirming what I just said here, so I'm not going to read everything out loud. Um, Carla, what do you love again? Who are you asking that? To whom is that question addressed? I'm sorry for the silence. I'm catching up on comments. Okay, people are just interacting with each other. Um, okay, Carla. So what do I love again? Circles. I love circle. I mean, I'm wearing one. I love circles. I give me circles and I'm happy. So my spread last week, I don't know if you've seen it yet on Instagram, was this one, and I don't know if the camera is picking it up correctly. Whoop. So I wanted to go with rectangles because I thought, hey, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all? So rectangle. I had to include a circle. That is what I love. I love circles. I love grunge. I love rusty touches. So on almost all of my spreads, there are those rusty splatters or cambric or whatever. I love texture, smooth texture. I don't like rough texture. Kathleen, for example, is someone who can play with rough texture in a way that totally blows me away, and I love the way that she does it. I cannot do it. I love smooth texture. It's DD Catron. Catron. And I had to admit Gabriel's comment because there were too much circles in there. Yeah, I love Rust. I love Rust. No, it's DD Catron. DD Catron. Um, oh, Katie, that's okay. No. The 5 minute, no. When I say it only takes 5 minutes a day, it's not because I want you to limit yourself to 5 minutes a day. It's because if you have a busy life and busy days, I want you to remember that it will only take you 5 minutes to do a layer. So if you can fit in those 5 minutes somewhere between feeding the kids and putting them to bed, it's only 5 minutes. And most of all, can muster those 5 minutes a day. Most of all, should be able on a pretty regular basis to muster those 5 minutes a day. And Kathleen is adding, and you love to touch it. Yes, I love to touch her journal. Kathleen, what are you implying here? What are people going to think of us? I love to touch her journal. I mean, when she's over at my place or when we're together and she shows me, I'm like, because I've said several times in the group that she's the queen of grunge and the queen of texture, but yeah. Okay, being literal is normal and is okay until you grow into finding the vocabulary that can help you tell things in a non-literal way. The problem with telling things in a I'm sorry. The problem with telling things in a literal way is that it will block you from completely releasing those emotions that you need to get out there because you're so focusing on the how, that you're focusing less on the what. I was laughing because Abigail Thomas, if you're watching this, you are on Instagram at this very moment. We miss you here on the Earlier a Day challenge. So I just received a notification, so that's how I know that she's on Instagram. Okay, I'm going to sign out. People, it's already 8:30. Seriously? I mean, 8:35. Come on, we have things to do, like putting down some layers. So, let's go over it again. This week, we are going to take a step back and have a look at where our time went, whether it's the last year or the last decade, however far you want to take it, because we are in the last week of this decade. No matter how much Botox we had last year or the last decade, we're going to have a look back and see where our time went. The good, the bad, the ugly, the constructive, the destructive, all of it. Okay? Let's put that in our journal. I'm going to sign out here. I'll see you back for my patrons on the Patreon page. Well, tomorrow for the weekly overview. And then when is our next date? Oh, we only have a date next Saturday for the live journal with me. If you're still hesitant about becoming a patron, please know that for $5 per month, you have a live journal with me session. Just like we're doing this, but instead of talking, we're journaling on the Patreon page. So that will be next Saturday. For now, I'm going to sign out. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever it is you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Thank you so much for this so fun chat. Love you all. Butterfly kisses. Oh, don't forget to put down a layer a day. Butterfly kisses.